Making this video to start any drama at all. I'm not trying to start more drama with Tana. I'm just trying to clear my name because the amount of hate comments that I've been getting so much from so many like Tana followers or whatever, or like dislikes on my videos or whatever, is like ridiculous. Hey guys, it's Alyssa Cardiff. Most of you guys might know me as Tana Mongeau's ex-assistant.
So the assistant posted a video, and the video is very PG. I will link it down below, and if I forget, please remind me. There wasn't anything nasty towards Tana in this video. There wasn't anything that I saw as like, ooh, burn! Like, it was very chill and it was very relaxed, so I personally didn't understand why Tana then went on a live stream and went all the way off. I confronted Tana and said the girl was very polite in her video and she didn't say anything malicious towards you, I don't think, from what I could tell. But then Tana went on a live stream and called her, was it a dumbass?
And I'm sorry that this stream is so focused around my dumbass assistant.
So to me, like, I don't think it was the right thing to do. I don't think it's the right thing to sort of like call her names like that, especially when Tana has the major following and the assistant doesn't really have any following. Had someone infiltrate her old property and get all the way to her room without any security.
It's a really like high security place.
Alright, so this is where Tana used to live.
You would roll up to a gate and there would be a box sitting there and a guard.
So this is where she said the first officer is.
And so on the box, you would have to scroll down to my name and press call.
She said she's still paying the rent, so I mean, I guess she would be on here.
Look to the guard gate, have to tell, or the guard person, tell them who you are, like show your ID, why you're here, all this kind of stuff.
Don't you love the security guard at the first gate? So nice, wow.
So nice.
Can't call her, so we're gonna find another way into the things. I mean, I guess we could wait for someone to let us in, but there's an easier way. This gate is open every day until like I think 6 p.m. So like even if you don't live here, you can still come into here. Such high security, wow.
All these separate buildings, but the guard only lets you into a certain building, which is like the one of where you're going.
You go to any building you want to. There's no security guard that takes you to a certain building.
There's another guard and another call box with a door.
So she wasn't lying when she said there's a little room with the call box, but she was lying about the security guard. Once again, is there a guard here? No.
And the door is locked. And then at the door, you have to call me on the call box again, state why you're here. I buzz you in.
This door is open.
Had someone infiltrate her old property and get all the way to her room. Had someone infiltrate her old property and get all the way to her room.
From the back. Okay, so we're in here now. Is there a security guard next to the elevator taking us to a floor? No.
And I only buzz you in for a certain amount of time.
Is there a security guard in the elevator?
It's not even a thing. Then you get in the elevator and you're only permitted to the floor that I live on. Then
Well, let's just go to every floor though. Let's see.
But let's try
3,
this.
4.
Even though it was super high security.
and if you don't get a certain amount of time, the 24/7 security comes and finds you and asks why you haven't left. Okay?
So here we are. No security guard. So secure. So this is where we first were at the call box right there.
To lie in a story time and fabricate something, I understand. But to lie to my face during an interview, when I've specifically really stood up for Tana in situations where I thought there really wasn't enough evidence to conclude that she was racist and so on and so forth, really I find quite insulting.
Impression of a black woman on drink.
Shut up, buddy! Girl, please!
Tana Mongeau is a liar, a racist, a hypocrite, and is lying to you about her stalker stories.
Nigger, right? You know you're a stupid nigger, right?
You fucking nigger! You fucking nigger!
So why don't we compare this to the Snapchat of Tana talking about how ignorant she was towards the meaning of the word.
Growing up in Vegas, everybody said those words, and I didn't even know that they were considered racist at all. They were in rap songs, and I totally thought it just meant like homie or like friend.
You know you're a stupid nigger, right?
You fucking nigger! Nigger!
Really, Tana? Because it sounds more like you're using that word in a derogatory manner.
Nigger!
Maybe she's telling the truth, or maybe this is just another lie to try and dig herself out of another bad situation she has dropped herself in. You decide. Absolute BS. Absolute BS. Tana Mongeau is a cold-hearted racist. Those remarks were racist. She was using them in a racist context. She was using them as an insult, and she was using them in a nasty, defamatory way. They're telling him to go and kill himself, which again is just digging yourself in a hole, saying, look, you use this word on your channel, that's so wrong, that's so wrong. Into the stalker stories, because I have so much evidence and stuff behind that. You would not believe the people that I've been speaking to. Technicians, engineers, teachers, the whole crowd. Series on the assistant drama where she's basically publicly gone and said loads of nasty things about her assistant on a live stream twice now.
And I'm sorry that the stream is so focused around my dumbass assistant.
And my initial video that I just did, I didn't have all the evidence. I thought I did, and I didn't have all the evidence. And I'm really pissed about that because I usually have all the evidence. I've now spoken to the assistant directly. I've now spoken to Tana directly, and I can safely say that to the best of my knowledge, Tana, who earns well north of $500,000 a year, well north of $500,000 a year, is somehow unable to pay her assistant $30 for doing the laundry. $30. And her reason for this, which we covered in the last video, was that she said, oh well, she ruined my clothes, but I did pay her. But we have all the receipts from the assistant, and this is kind of annoying me a little bit, because the reason I think this is not so much of a chill video as usual is because I've really defended Tana. Not because I have any sort of investment in it, like I don't know her, I really don't care about it, I have no intention of being friends with her. Like, my priority is you, and I always say that. In this instance, like, you do see people online getting thrown under the bus for things that you don't think they're guilty of, and I almost felt like that was Tana, but now I just realised that's not true. She is guilty of these things. She's a racist and she's a liar, 110%. And the same thing with the assistant drama. I actually feel sorry for this girl now, because this girl that was involved, that basically had her name slandered online and a lot of nasty things said about her, she was called a dumbass and stuff like that, actually isn't that much in the wrong when Tana, who earns all this money, is somehow unable to pay her $30. The facts just don't add up. And this is the thing with Tana, she'll always give a statement, but it just doesn't add up. There's a difference between not giving a statement on something and giving a statement and lying about something, twisting the truth and lying. Do you see what I mean? And at my point now with my research behind Tana, I do feel like she's lying about quite a lot of stuff. And the reason I think it gets more serious is because other people are getting dragged into it, and it's slandering other people's names that don't have a large following. So I completely agree that Tana Mongeau is fabricating her story. She's lying about things, and she is especially lying to both you and to me about this whole assistant drama, and I find it really sad. But the thing with Tana is she is calling people these racist slurs with a really negative connotation. I'm triggered, I'm offended, I'm triggered. This is misogynistic, and this is the other thing. Tana's almost jumped on the bandwagon. She's using all these keywords now, the misogynistic keyword, the racist keyword. She tells someone to go and kill themselves, and 5 minutes later, oh my god, I didn't mean it, blah, 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 blah. I don't want to tell people to kill themselves. I didn't realise the meaning of the word. At 18 years old, you understand the meaning of kill yourself, honey. 110%. Don't play games. Do not play the ignorance card. Where's my ignorance tissue? Where's my ignorance tissue? Oh, it's the ignorance socks, sorry. Oh, I'm gonna have to give her a victim sock because I don't have an ignorance tissue. Oh, Tana Mongeau, I'm such a victim. I didn't know what kill yourself means. I didn't know the N-word was racist when I was calling it people in a derogatory manner. Oh my god, woe is me, woe is me. I'm making probably $1 million a year. Really quickly, I just wanted to let you know that tomorrow we are doing a Valentine's Day live stream on this channel. I'm so excited. I'm going to get proper ready and get like dinner ready and stuff like that. And we're going to talk about some scandals, some old stuff, some new stuff. So definitely join me tomorrow. Going to be posted at the same time that this video goes out, pretty much. You can just be single with me and we can be each other's Valentines. That sounds good to me.
And I'm sorry that the stream is so focused around my dumbass assistant, but like,
Don't hate me, like, you have all the proof, you can believe whoever you want to.
Tana said that she was very stuck up in person, so I did ask her about this very briefly.
Her voice in that video even drives me insane because that's not how she talks at all. That's not how she, like, the way she, like when I mean,
this video to start.
words and stuff is very, like, it's so stuck up. Like, so many people that would be around me would literally just hate her because of the way she, it's like, hi, how are you? I'm good. Like, that's how she, like, speaks to everyone. And then she's in her video like, hi, like, I've never even fucking heard her talk like that in my entire life. Like,
Tana then went on to ask me how she could close this entire situation down, so I gave her a few tips. This is what I said.
people keep commenting like, Tana shows no proof, assistant shows all proof, case closed. Like, I don't know what to do. Like, do you have any advice?
It was very suspicious that she would speak to the channel that she knew would lick her ass, but she wouldn't speak to the channel that she knew would ask her the real questions. I think your best bet is to tackle the accusations made against you, the main ones, with evidence. So I would go through your bank statement, I would find the $30 that you sent, and I would show that for starters, because that's the main thing. Because it looks like the way that she comes across, she's saying that she's being harassed and that's why she's making the video. So the main thing that I would do is put your truth across with all the evidence you can possibly show, hard evidence, and equally just diffuse the situation, because I personally just see this getting bigger and bigger otherwise. Paying a lot. Is $10 paying a lot? You decide. Basically, people went crazy because Tana said on her first live stream she was being paid a lot of money. And this became an issue because people realised that she was being paid $10 an hour, which isn't like a crazy amount of money. And I wanted to seek clarification on this.
I'm also referring to the constant like bonuses that I would give her for no reason. Like Alyssa was very good at just being like, oh yeah, like I really wanted to like go get like a waxing appointment this week and I just like didn't have enough money, and I would be like, okay, like I like sympathetically next check would give her a bonus. Or like I have so much stuff, it is ridiculous, just because like I'm a hoarder. Like, so whenever somebody's like, oh, I love the shirt, I'm like, take the shirt. Like, I take the fucking shirt. I would constantly give her so many nice things.
Well, how long was she your assistant for?
Probably like a few months. Like, I don't know.
Well, this is what gets me, because she said, what you said in your live stream, you know, I used to give her so much expensive stuff, and then she in her video listed all the stuff that she was given, and she was like, it was only 5 things. But I was thinking, well, she's been an assistant for a few months.
Like, and it wasn't 5. Like, I gave her 2 Michael Kors bags, a gray studded one, and like a pink little backpack. Those are not like
along with like lending clothes as well,
and a green Michael Kors wallet. And constant Brandy Melville clothing items all the time. Those are expensive, and I wasn't even lending them. Like, she would just be like, can I wear this? And I would never get it back all the time, but I would keep letting her wear my shit all the time. Like, I don't.
So here's the thing that I got from this. When the assistant put out her video, she said, like, Tana didn't give me things all the time. Like Tana said in her initial live stream, the assistant was like, she only gave me a phone case. She only let me borrow this dress, this, that, this. And I think there was 5 things in total that she said. But to me, being given 5 things for free in 2 months, I do think that's being given quite a lot, especially like a $50 phone case. And so the assistant definitely came off a little bit conceited and a little bit disrespectful and not very grateful for all the things she was given. I've worked many jobs before where I've never been given freebies, and I've actually worked overtime unpaid just because I had to get there early and I would always end up leaving late. And so to be in a job where you don't do a lot and you're getting given free things, I do think you have to be a little bit more respectful in that sense. And she is especially lying to both you and to me about this whole assistant. I think the issue that's happened here is Tana exaggerating and she's using the wrong words. She didn't pay a lot. She was paying a lot for the assistant to not do a lot. That's what I think she was supposed to say, but she didn't say. Whether that was intentional, I don't know. She was paying the assistant $10 an hour. Sometimes all she would do is sit there with the dog. She would dog sit. She would sometimes clean the house. She would sometimes clean the dishes, clean the, do a wash, all of that stuff. But sometimes she would literally just house sit for hours and hours and hours looking after Tana's dog while Tana was away. I do feel it important to mention that for the sake of this video, for the sake of us having like a standard conversation, I think the best way to go about this is to just stay impartial. I really don't want to take sides, which is why I'm happy to look into and scrutinise each thing that both of them have said publicly. Tana Mongeau is a liar, a racist, a hypocrite, and is lying to you about her stalker stories. And she is especially lying to both you and to me about this whole assistant things, and she is especially lying to both you and to me about this whole assistant. Tana Mongeau is a liar, a racist, a hypocrite, and is lying to you about her stalker stories. Personally, my perspective, having gone through hours and hours and hours of footage that these people put out there, I think that the assistant is she perhaps doesn't really understand. I mean, to me it seems like ignorance. Tana sent the text message about the clothes being covered in poo, okay? Tana sent the text message saying, put a couple of loads of washing on. To me, that would still imply separate them. But the assistant was saying, well, she just said put them on, so I just threw everything in there. Now, at Tana's level, with the amount of money that she makes, she would want her clothes to be washed separately. Whites, blacks, colours, and delicates. Obviously, Tana was saying that a $1,200 dress was washed on a high heat and was shrunk and stuff like that. It is stupid. It's very stupid and it shouldn't have happened, and I can understand why Tana is so mad at that. I think the assistant misinterpreted Tana's text and it ended up costing Tana a lot of money. I don't think the assistant is completely a victim. I've seen the tweets of her saying like, oh, you're trash and stuff like that, but I everything in. I feel like it's an issue on both sides part. Tana exaggerated because the assistant didn't throw poo in the washing machine. The assistant put clothes in the washing machine that had poo on and the assistant didn't realise. Maybe the assistant did realise but just didn't realise that you couldn't put them in the washing machine when it was covered in poo. The issue is that the whole washing machine was basically filled with poo and then they had to get it professionally cleaned, which is really bad, and I can completely understand you don't want all your clothes smelling of dog shit. I would be so pissed off. Anyways, the bottom line for this, I basically believe that in terms of the actual beef, the assistant started it by going publicly. I don't think it was the right thing to do. I understand that she wanted a $30, but I think there was other ways to do it. She had contact with Tana's mother, contact with Tana's friends. I understand she was trying to do as much as she could, but I don't believe that making this public tweet was the right thing to do, especially when Tana's life is based publicly on social media and the assistant works online and the assistant works for Tana. Tana Mongeau is a liar, a racist, a hypocrite, and is lying to you about her stalker stories. And again, it's the same thing. I feel like in this instance, I think it would have been even more professional, even for just $30. I know it sounds ridiculous, but to go to court if it got to it, because I do feel like it really starts to destroy Tana's reputation when it goes public. But it's the whole thing of, is that really what the post employee should do to the employer, or should they really be more professional and not share those sorts of things online when online is Tana's entire career? Because you think about how much this has blown up. I don't want to use the word malicious, but I do feel like this was an aggressive way to try and get the money going public, because this is Tana's entire reputation put on a line because this girl wants her cash. Don't make instant judgments on anything. I don't think we can call all of her story times void. If anything, it doesn't seem like she's point blank lied about things. Tana Mongeau is a liar, a racist, a hypocrite, and is lying to you about her stalker stories. And she is especially lying to both you and to me about this whole assistant. But equally, I think it's really important that I keep up. I like us hanging out all the time. Oh my god, kisses, sending kisses back. Sorry, it just popped up in the corner of my vision. I was like, oh my god, dog titties, no, stop it. Oh my god. But I genuinely thought that was so funny. I'm glad you like the background. My room is actually getting really hot. I'm really enjoying this Valentine's Day. I've eaten half of this cookie to myself. I literally ate half of it to myself. I'm trying to think if there's anything else, because I would love to sit with you, but my eyes are getting tired, and I feel like I might have to go. My priority is you, and I always say that. I'm trying to think. I have 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't know. You know the thing. This is one thing. Why not really quickly? You know, the thing with makeup. Okay. I feel like if anyone applies themselves for long enough, they can pull off some of the craziest looks following a tutorial. If you spend 2 or 3 hours copying a beauty guru that spent 1 hour doing a tutorial, you'll probably nearly get it bang on. But the thing with our community, which I believe in, I don't think you have to do things the way other people do them. And this is one thing that always confused me with YouTube beauty, because I've been here for like a long time. In the real world of beauty, people have their own method and technique, even people that go to beauty school. It's not like a handbook, like it's not like a set science method, it's an artistry. It's like painting. Obviously there is like an artistic element about mixing things and stuff like that and layering, but I think it's more of an arty thing. And I think the beauty community can be very judgmental, and we're very product happy, which I think can be a good thing, but at the same time can be a bad thing, because it's constantly like, you know, toner, primer, first layer, illuminizer, foundation, concealer, powder, you know, contour powder, this powder. It's fun and I really enjoy it and I have nothing against it, and I think it can pull off some really good looks, but I don't think there's anything wrong with doing what you want to do. If you decide that you want to wear mascara and no concealer, no foundation, no brows, you should be able to do that. It's not about fitting in with the community. This is art, and I think it's freedom of expression. And sometimes, you know, when I did my video of, you know, Nikki tutorials saying that she stole the Cleopatra look, obviously it was a joke. So many of you, like, I got so many Kuckifam Snapchats of people with that eye look, and they'd done it really quickly and it was really messy, you know, where they drew the line underneath and they pulled the cat eye down and connected it. And it made me so happy to think that there's people out there that perhaps have always been intimidated by like sharp makeup, where someone that's like very experienced has spent a long time creating a look, they've always been intimidated by that and scared to follow. But by me breaking down the barrier a little bit, by doing it in a silly way over like 10 minutes, they then felt like they could experiment with that, because it was like the pressure was off. It's like, if it looks bad, it doesn't matter. Like, my priority is you, and I always say that.